Good morning and welcome to Kantipur TV HD. You're watching Kantipur Yoga, and आजको episode में I have this very nice pranayam practice for you, and this episode is going to be a little bit more energizing of breath. You're going to understand more about Hatha Yoga and a little bit of its principles in our pranayam practice. So आजको yoga practice I have brought to you with our pranayam is called Chandra Bhedana and Surya Bhedana. So Chandra meaning the moon and Surya meaning the sun. So Surya Bhedana meaning sun piercing breath. So sun piercing breath means you're breathing from the right nostril only, and Chandra Bhedana means you're breathing in from your left nostril only. Now, as we understand, this is the sun brings warmth. The sun is considered as a primary source of light. Now, the moon is considered as more cooling and a little bit more feminine. So this is also a very nice way to kind of balance the cooling and the heating of the body, also balance the energies of the masculine and the feminine of our body. Now, when I say masculine, that doesn't mean a man, and when I say feminine, that doesn't mean a woman. A man can be a little feminine too, a man can be masculine too, a woman can be masculine, a little bit more manly vibe to them, and a female can be feminine too. So each individual can have both these aspects and has both these aspects, and 90% of the times with our lifestyle oily, we have a little misbalance in between both the Surya and the Chandra both. So this pranayam practice helps you bring together the heating and the cooling of the body onto one level again. It helps you practice this pranayam practice and gently kind of the inner heat and the cooling of the body to regulate it a little bit more. Now, when one is out of balance, that is when our diseases and pain starts to come in. So that means you could have heartburns, that means your heat of the body is a lot inside. You could have boils and pimples, you can have an itchy scalp, over hyperventilation, sweating a lot or not sweating at all, catching a cold very easily or not catching a cold at all. There are different ways. So if you might have heard Purana Zamanama or our grandparents mention a lot of things such as Ratiko Taima Doi Khanna Unna, because it's quite cooling to the body. So balancing the cooling and the heating of the body is very important. The food you eat, the things you drink, the lifestyle you have plays a huge role into this practice of our yoga. Now, for example, papaya is more heating for the stomach and more heating for the body. Eating curd at night is a little bit more cooling. Chia seeds that we mix in our salads and drinks, you will all see this a lot in faluda. So chia seeds is used there. That is very cooling. Now, some things are only found in the summer season because they aid in the cooling of the body. Some things are only found in the winter season. They aid in the heating of the body. So if you look at nature itself does this role playing of heating and cooling and seasonal changes and supporting our human life with these fruits and vegetables that come up during these particular seasons only. They help us keep and fight diseases and keep them at bay. Pranayam does the same thing. Pranayam practice we will be practicing today. So the right nostril and the left nostril breathing, known as the Ingla and the Pingla Nadi. Nadi means again your energy locks. So what we'll be doing now to break down and start with the first pranayam will be your Surya Bhedana. We will take our finger of the left side and slowly close the left nostril. You'll only be breathing in through the right, exhaling through the right, inhaling through the right, exhaling through the right. A few rounds of this. If you want to close your eyes, you can. If you don't want to keep your eyes open, you can. I prefer closing my eyes during pranayam. Inhale in all the way into your chest. a few rounds through the right nostril breathing. And once you're done with a few rounds of your right nostril breathing, you let the left hand go. Let's do normal breathing practice. And if after a few rounds of normal breathing practice, we move into the left nostril breathing, take your right hand, close your right nostril. This is your Chandra Bhedana. Now after your Chandra Bhedana, inhaling from your left nostril and exhaling from your left nostril is done. Slowly relax your palms down to the floor again. Normal breathing. And then again, slowly relax, open up your eyes again. Gently relax, come back up. Now you might be confused between Anulom and Vilom and Surya and Chandra Bhedana. They both are different. Anulom Vilom is inhaling through one nostril, exhaling through the other. Your Surya Chandra Bhedana is only one nostril breathing. So you'll be breathing only through one nostril, exhaling only through one nostril. Again, switching sides, inhaling through the other and exhaling through the same nostril. Now what we practice, the right side of the body is Surya Bhedana, is responsible for the heating of the body. And the left side of our body is Chandra Bhedana, responsible for the cooling of the body. Now the left side resembles the moon, the right side resembles the sun. So these two elements come into balance once you do this pranayama practice. On our daily basis, on a regular practice, you will notice one nostril is breathing more than the other. So you can bring your fingers down close to your nose. You will notice there's a little difference of breath. You're inhaling through one, you're exhaling through one. Or you're throwing oxygen, carbon dioxide out through one more than the other. You will notice that when you keep breathing, bring your awareness over here. One nostril is doing a little bit more job of an inhaling, one nostril is doing a little bit more job exhaling go. So we will make sure once we're aware of this, then you go into the breathing practice and come back in onto your mat. Coming down into a breakdown of only Surya Bhedana, right nostril breathing. I will be mentioning the benefits of the right nostril breathing and then mentioning the benefits of the left nostril breathing, Dubay separately. Now one tip to kindly keep in mind is, this is like a disclaimer, if you're doing right nostril breathing, that means you are trying to generate more heat in your body. You will not do the left nostril breathing in the same time. So you will do the left nostril breathing a next time or a next day. You will do the right nostril breathing at once, and that's it. Now if you're trying to generate coolness in the body, you will do the left nostril breathing on one day and then do the right nostril breathing the other day, because this can interfere in the both. So today, suppose I do my left nostril breathing, I will stick to my left nostril breathing only. Tomorrow I will repeat with the right nostril, and that is how you bring them both into a balance. This you need to keep in mind. Now moving in to the right nostril breathing, your Surya Bhedana. Avoid Surya Bhedana if you have high BP or if you have really high eye power. You will avoid the Surya Bhedana. If you have low BP and a little bit more of headaches coming through, cough and cold, you will avoid this Chandra Bhedana. So coming into action again, Surya Bhedana, suppose you do today is a Monday, suppose you do Surya Bhedana on a Monday, and then you do Chandra Bhedana on a Tuesday, or you do vice versa. Dubai kura chai same day ma chai nagarnu hola. This is one of the disclaimer practice. Now this was our Surya and Chandra Bhedana. Now coming into our Anulom Vilom, so trying to make you understand the difference between the first practice and the second practice. Now we're going to do Anulom Vilom, alternate nostril breathing. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your ring finger onto your left nostril and thumb onto your right. So you'll inhale from your right, close the right, hold it, exhale from the left. Now close the left, hold it, inhale from the right, close the right, hold the breath, exhale from the left. Now to switch the exact opposite, you will inhale from your left and exhale from the right. Close the right, inhale from the left, close the left, exhale from the right. One more round, close the right, inhale from your left nostril, close the left nostril, exhale from the right. This was your Anulom and Vilom practice. A little disclaimer for pranayam practices. This goes for all pranayam practices and kriya practices, including yoga on its own and its asana practices. Please consult with your doctor before you start practicing any pranayam, before you start practicing any diet. If you can practice sattvic diet or lifestyle, if you can practice certain asanas and yoga practices, because in yoga also, as much as it helps us and benefits us, like every exercise does, pranayam practices are responsible for slowing the heart rate and making the heart rate higher up. So this may cause problems if you have conditions. This may also stimulate a few glands and body parts and energy locks that may cause a little problem later on. So there are asanas that you're not supposed to practice if you're pregnant. There are pranayams that you're not supposed to practice if you're pregnant. There are pranayam practices that you're not supposed to practice if you have heart conditions. Especially if you have heart conditions, kindly please consult your doctor. Not even a yoga instructor, kindly consult your doctor first. If you are pregnant, also kindly please look for a pre- and postnatal yoga instructor instead. These doctors and these yoga instructors have specialized into prenatal bodies. That means your body, when it's going through a pregnancy, is very different to a body that is a normal woman who is not trying to conceive a child. You are now supporting two lives, that is yourself and the baby. So you're going to avoid trying a few stunts and exercising and experimenting with your yoga practice when you are not sure, and kindly consult your doctor if so. Also, if you have vertigo, really high eye power, if you struggle with hypertension, or if you have a low and high BP, kindly please consult your doctor. If you are on medication, also please consult your doctor, because pranayam can lower the heart rate, it can drop the BP down, or it can higher up the BP. For example, when we did Surya Bhedana, that you should avoid if you have high BP, but if you do Chandra Bhedana, you should avoid if you have low BP. So these matter a lot with your practices. You may do more damage than good if you practice them without knowing why and how and for what reasons you're practicing these pranayams and yoga practices. I'm here to create a little awareness for you so that you don't mishap and then land up blaming your instructor or yoga practice for a little mishaps that come in for not knowing how you practice these asanas and pranayams. I hope today's practice was nice for you. Your Surya and Chandra Bhedana was equally informative for you as much as asana practices have been from the week. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you practice these with proper caution and care I will see you again tomorrow with another episode of Asana Practice Now, and I hope you have a very nice day ahead. Thank you.